Ladies, excellent morning, ladies.
Hi.
Miriam,
another welcome back. We've seen already, yes.
Yes, we have. How are you doing today?
Fine, thank you. I haven't seen you in a while since the retreat.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
I'm okay. A lot is going on. I'm holding on. I'll be fine.
So I'm doing good as well, yeah. Happy to be here every day, because I've been away for a while. So people ask me, are you happy to be back? I'm happy to be back. Enjoying it.
Of course.
Happy to be back.
Ramatu?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah, I'm doing very well.
In Akwana?
I
must learn this language.
Yes,
we
know.
First by fire. To teach me.
Of course.
She will teach you.
Yeah. Okay, so yes, I have a story. I have one gist for you. So yesterday, we that stay around Lekki side.
Oh, please.
So yesterday I was going, I had, my car had these overheating issues.
Oh,
so my friend and I, we stopped by the road. Of course, we have to wait for it to cool down. So we got down from the car in the middle of the road. We stood pretty damsels, looking very nice, all but smoke coming out of the bonnet. So we just stood there. We're just waiting. We're thinking that this Lagos but one person will stop and say, what's wrong with your car?
Nobody did.
Nobody.
Oh my God, things have changed.
The Lekki bobos are not. They are not nice anymore.
Wow.
They are not nice anymore. So
Lekki bobos.
I have to make sure that I check my car now every time. Before I leave.
We are independent women.
I don't follow to that one. No.
In fact, the only person that spoke to us was one damn conductor. He now said, "Madam, no open that boot." I was like,
"You're not the kind of person."
Not the kind of person.
But you were able to get the car sorted?
Yes, we got it sorted. I called my husband. No, my husband came down. After an hour, we stayed under the sun.
Yeah.
But we're looking all nice, pretty.
You already have.
Hello.
But though my friend, she had this, maybe she just put to bed. So her stomach, so maybe that's the reason why. I even faulted. I was like, it's because of this your stomach. That's why maybe I stopped.
You already have your night Ishani.
I'll tell you.
All them.
That's it. He sorted it out.
I'm a car rapper.
I'm the one woman. No
bubble.
No bubble as always. Oh, in young Lagos as always.
How you doing?
I'm fine,
As
thank
we have been
you.
disenfranchised from that conversation.
So I'm good. I've just been busy a couple of days prepping the new Inyanga collections. As you can see, I'm wearing one of them.
Lovely.
So
Yes,
beautiful.
thank you so much. So we have new collections at the store, Inyanga Lagos. Please come patronize.
Finish my money.
Yeah, but of course, Uyo Dogu. Uyo Dogu.
Yes, yeah. So yesterday was my little girl's inter-house sports.
Yeah.
I was actually supposed to be on set. I didn't know on time, so I had to, and I apologized to the ladies when I saw the show. There were 3. I said, and it was a good one. She's been blackmailing me that I don't show up for activities, and she's been, you know how kids just sow that seed. Yeah. Mommy, you never. I told myself I have to change this, and I was able to do that. And then just realized that I had to let my new helps go. They've been silly all through. I've just been managing because I was desperate to have them. But last night, a guy was like, we're not having this. Everybody just had to clear. Carry your things, take extra money, transport, be going. We'll be fine. So my head is not in that space, but we'll see what we can do.
Yeah.
Let's take a short break now. When we come back, we do the newspaper reviews. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
for staying with us. We'll be starting the newspaper reviews with The Nation. Major headline: states will pay only sustainable minimum wage, says governor. Subnationals to adopt justice sector summit resolutions. New twist to Olubadan as kingmakers Ladoja disagree. Police parade mastermind of Kaduna Abuja train attack. Binance chief's money laundering trial stalled. Petrol scarcity persists in cities. NGE seeks repeal of anti-press freedom law. EFCC Cubana chief priest in near settlement. What stories do we have in The Nation?
So I'll take the major headline. Okay. So it says, governors yesterday sounded a note of caution to workers against unduly high expectations from the minimum wage negotiations. States will pay only implementable and sustainable wages, they said, but expressed commitment to improve salaries for workers. The members of the Nigerian Governors Forum said they would ensure workers in their states earn more than they currently do, but that each state would pay according to what they can actually afford. The federal government on January 30 inaugurated a 37-man tripartite committee on minimum wage. It was tasked with recommending a realistic national minimum wage that aligns with the current economic realities, but an agreement is yet to be reached. The Nigerian Labour Congress is demanding 615,000 naira national minimum wage per month. That's not realistic, if you ask me. Yes. It said the figure was a product of a painstakingly effort through which it captured the cost of living of Nigerian workers and masses in all parts of the country. Labour said the figure was essentially an outcome of independent research conducted by the NLC and Trade Union Congress on the cost of meeting the primary needs, and that the current 30 minimum wage expired on April 18th. They're commending Edo State Governor for increasing the minimum wage, to 70,000. Yes, for people to 70. Yes, to 70,000. And then Cross River counterpart Basi Otu promised 40,000 naira. But all other states are saying that they can only pay what they can afford. Excuse me, can only pay what they can afford, and then that it's all under review for now. The governors also commended and commiserated with the River State governor on the explosion that happened in the state and how they handled it. And they also said that there will be training programs for truck drivers across the country so that such things don't happen again. I think that's a good one.
Yeah. I have this story. It's good news, but of course based off of really terrible news. As we remember the March 28, 2022 Kaduna Abuja train attack. So there are two suspected masterminds that have been arrested and being paraded by the police. They are Ibrahim Abdullahi, also known as Mande, and his accomplice Awal Ayuba. And they said that in their possession, they found several ammunitions, including 48 AK-47s. All these were recovered from the police. So they said on the 27th of April, so the police is giving us how this happened, said vigilante members arrested and brought to the station one Awal Ayuba, age 27, a resident of Kubacha town. He's suspected of being, the kidnapper. And then also that this particular suspect confessed to being a member of kidnapping gang. He participated in several kidnappings, in the area. He's also been accused of kidnapping, participating in the kidnapping incident at the Greenfield University. So he also mentioned his counterpart, who is called Mande. He insisted that he's not part of that group, neither is he the leader, but was being referred to as the leader. He said he does not even know this other person, he's not the leader, but based on evidence, the police believe that they are working together and part of a gang. So I don't know if I should remind us of the sad story. 8 passengers that evening were killed, and 62 were abducted. So the police also was saying to us how they were able to finally come about this arrest. They said there's a helicopter now that has been deployed at night when the trains are moving. It gives like a aerial surveillance of the train. So this has also helped, going forward. And a lot of other things that they have put in place is helping them in this investigation and to also make this arrest and the rescue of some victims of kidnapping.
So that Greenfield school, it's now dead. Honestly, when you're going into Kaduna, is dead. It's so disheartening, honestly. The business is now down. Because I remember when the parents they're the ones that gathered money gathered, because they demanded for food items and all. They gathered all that money to go and give the kidnappers. And the person, they just got like 2 or 3. There are so many of them.
There must be. I hope that this is not the last we hear of them. I hope that we hear of the proper investigation and also rounding up of everybody in this gang. Yeah.
So I have a story. The army has taken a significant step to prevent the killing of its troops through ambush by terrorists and bandits. Said in the last 1 month, 24 army officers and men were killed through ambush in Delta and Niger states while on peace missions. Yesterday, the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Taurid Lag, hinted that they are going to be taking the delivery of mine-resistant ambush MRAP. That this is going to ensure the safety of its personnel in the battle against terrorists and economic saboteurs. We understand that the army is usually engaged in different operations in virtually all the 36 states, and so they need to better protect themselves. So they said the MRAP vehicles are a family of automobiles designed to provide increased crew protection against operational threats such as improvised explosive devices. So the cars that will protect them in case there are bombs thrown at them. And they are also going to be taking, a whole lot of other equipment that will help the army do its work. And they are, talking about how the president has supported their, their work going forward. They talked about, I wanted to mention some of the things that they will be getting. Okay, they are also expecting the mine-resistant ambush-protected vehicles in a few weeks from the support they are getting from Mr. President, and they're putting everything together to make sure that the security situation across Nigeria improves, tremendously. So hopefully we'll hear more. They are also trying to get ready their aviation sector as well, so that they can just cover most of the other places. Go ahead.
Okay, so I have a story on the petrol scarcity persists in cities. Marketers sell at cutthroat prices. NMDPRA fails to regulate retailers. The all-important product that oils the wheel of the economy and aids the movement of commuters and goods remains scarce across the country yesterday. So it's like they are debating amongst the marketers what's going wrong, how come the scarcity still continues after is still on after 2 weeks. So they are saying that some of the filling stations have adjusted the pump price to 700 to 800 naira per liter.
Wow.
Then the NMDPRA are nowhere to be found. So they are the ones that are supposed to go to the filling stations and close down those filling stations that are selling above
the pump price.
The price that they said NMPCL said there are more than 1.5 billion liters that can last for more than a month.
But
and
how
then
are we not getting them?
Exactly. So, and again, they now said that Major Energies Marketers Association, that's NEMO, they have about 300 million liters with them. So they are saying that it's supposed to be enough, it's supposed to go around, but they are wondering where the problem is coming from.
Yesterday they said it was because
black
of
marketers,
Middle East.
well,
Gaza, Israeli war.
That's affecting
everybody. They are just everybody just looking for.
Okay, I think I have a bit of an answer in another story.
Okay.
Let's go now to the Punch. Major headline: 9,000 marketers may lose licenses. Ipman begs NMDPRA, NMPC not to delist operators from sales portal to avert fuel crisis. Queues persist as more filling stations open for sale. Pump price drops marginally. 615,000 naira pay. Governors demand sustainable minimum wage. We've taken that story. Government borrows 11 trillion via bonds, T-bills in 4 months. EFCC move against schools charging dollars. Federal government warns saboteurs as power generation rises to 4,800 megawatts. Police stumble on drug den after Lagos markets fracas. Underbridge apartments, ejected tenants may face prosecution. London sword attack. Federal government condemns Nigeria-British boy's murder. Police allays fear as IPOB declares May 30 sit at home. Let's take one story before we go on a break. Who's ready?
Okay, so I will take the story of the fight that happened at the Ile April market in Okeodo area of Lagos State. So they said youths and some hoodlums got into a clash. So the story is that they were participating in betting, and then some groups of people, a particular person said that he did not get the full amount that he won, and because of that they got fighting. He got his colleagues, everybody came out, and the fight broke out through the night. They were now divided into 2 factions and started burning shops and things. There were people, innocent, hardworking Nigerians that were affected. One lady says, I sell tomatoes and all sorts of condiments. I've lost everything. They said the losses came up to about millions, you know. And the police said in investigation trying to stop everything, they found a den of what they call, you know, where they do all sorts of illegal and illicit activities. And in fact, a drug den, you know, was uncovered during the period. So they said during all this fight, the fire truck tried to come in. They pelted it, threw stones at it until it reversed. You know, the police tried to get in. They attacked them until, you know, they could not really do anything until the thing became so bad to this point. So anyway, the Lagos State is handling it, yes, and we'll see some semblance of order.
Let's take a short break now. When we come back, the newspaper reviews continue. Stay with us.
So, have you ever wondered what happens behind the curtains of a man's mind? Or perhaps you're one of those who wonder what men talk about when they gather. Well, here goes. Imagine what it takes to put together the perfect cocktail. Or maybe mocktail. We need a bit of sports, a sprinkling of current affairs, some very deep topical issues, and last but not the least, a healthy dose of grumbling of those we love to hate. And yes, you guessed it, women. So, if you catch the drift, then you're onto something. We will provide you with the right insights into most of your curiosities right here within this beautiful cocktail we call the Black Table.
Ladies and gentlemen, make welcome the grand comedian of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Gbenga Adeyinka the First. OJ right here, 7 of 7, like you already know.
Gbenga right here, 7 of 7, like I'm beginning to know.
It's now time for the questions.
You don't scare me one bit. Bata, I go drink. So.
Okay. So now one chance for enter. My first question. Do you remember the names of the winners of that edition of StarQuest?
Of course I do.
Why do you?
And I hate myself for this. Because I have this question for you. Final question. No. Where outside Nigeria and what year? I think you're the only one that can be wicked.
I am thinking, because I know back in the day.
Don't think. Answer my question quick. You are thinking too much. I don't like it.
The UK.
Final answer. Okay. I said, God, please, let me to perform outside Nigeria.
Wait.
And God gave me a show in Ghana. Drink, my friend, drink. I don't
overthink this thing. See where I can.
Yes, you overthink them.
I would say you should catwalk.
Let's catwalk. Where are we?
No, that's not catwalking.
That's good walking.
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas.
It shows the conation of raw ether material slapped, stroked, and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move way in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty, erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be.
Ikechukwu Sunday Okonkwo, aka Cross. Now your intro without
Wow.
So there's a name that thing that's.
I'm just drinking because you say I should drink. There's no particular answer.
I think it's only that can be wicked.
What's the answer?
Subterfuge.
Eh?
Yeah, they claim you did, but you said it just happened. That
And it's called what again?
Subterfuge.
Such a feud.
SUBTERFUGE.
So you look me finish from head to toe. You look at a person who go know what to be called such. Yeah?
The nude wasn't like a game plan. Or...
I promise you, it was actually a mistake. It was sending it to someone, and it just mistakenly just went that.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, make welcome pioneer Positive Force member, dancing queen of the 80s, non-conformist, Afrobeat historian in her right, and long-standing member of the multiple award-winning all-female show Your View, Omoyeni Yeni Anikulapo Kuti, aka YK Power! Ginger!
Take it.
Today we'll go here.
Hey, I didn't read you.
Are you sure?
Ha. I know I'm not here to answer questions, I'm here to drink.
We're in trouble today.
Wait till your age.
I was close now.
Eh?
I said 1975.
He said 73. He said 75. Fellas wasn't even born in 75.
So will I drink half?
You go drink. Take. Make I help you. Russian.
No be half.
Which half? You will make me drink. I'll give you a hint.
Lights in no. Nepa Road. Nepa Road in Abeokuta.
First of all, my brain cannot memorize everything.
A big black bug.
A big black dog.
Bug. A big black bug.
Oh, sorry. A big.
It don't start.
Ọmọ fẹlá. Ọmọ Anikulapo Kuti. Wọ́n rò pé kí ni kékeré yìí.
It's by Audison. It's not by Audison.
Thanks for staying with us. Sorry about the short break. We had technical issues, but we're still reviewing the punch.
Yes, so I have the Economics and Financial Crimes Commission has placed international schools charging tuition in dollars and other foreign currencies under surveillance as part of measures to reduce the pressure on the naira. The head media and publicity EFCC Dele Oyewale confirmed the development of one of our correspondents on Thursday and said the agency will clamp down on schools and any organization charging foreign currencies. He reiterated that it was illegal for anybody in Nigeria to charge for services in any currency other than naira. They also conducted several raids in Abuja, arresting currency traders suspected to be speculating against the naira. He said the task force is not just there to monitor naira abuse alone, but for the whole economy, that there will be sanctions against any breach of the law. He added that the naira is a symbol of our economy and everything that has to do with the economy in Nigeria must be done in naira.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you have a story in the punch?
Yes, I have the story of the arrested occupants of the 86-roomed under-bridge apartments of the Dolphin Estate Bridge, Ikoyi, Lagos, where tenants were allegedly paying about 250,000 annual rent and the self-acclaimed landlord said to have been collecting rent from them will soon be prosecuted. I'm wondering why they are prosecuting them. They are just trying to live, to live in a place. And so the Minister of Environment and Water Resources, Kunle Adesina, disclosed this. He said the reports of the arrest of the occupants paying a whopping 250,000 as annual rent to live under the bridge left many in shock, with some Nigerians faulting the desperation of the occupants. And they said, sorry, excuse me.
Because I heard that they asked one Mr. Peter, and he said that since he came to Lagos, he has been under the bridge for 5 years, and that since he came to Lagos...
But a lot of people are living under the bridge. A lot of people are living under the bridge. There's the Ikeja Bridge. There are lots of people living under the bridge.
Doesn't make it right.
So it doesn't make it right. But then prosecuting them, I don't think is
no, for the landlord that's been collecting money.
We have to move on. We don't have time. Just a quick story before I go. Just, you talked about the fuel scarcity and how a lot of people are not able to get fuel. Now, the marketers are saying that they are likely to be losing their licenses if NNPCL does not extend the deadline for renewing their licenses. They said they've done out of 15,000, they've done over 9,000 licenses, but they've not released it to the marketers. So if the marketers are able to get it, then a lot of them will be able to source for fuel and will not have this crisis. Let's move on now to the Daily Sun. President Tinubu inherited economic mess, according to Shetima. Obi replies Umahi over incitement allegation. Can never descend so low, he says. FCTA to boost security with drones. This according to Wike. IPOB declares May 30 sit at home to honor Ojukwu, Achuzie and others. Naira abuse. EFCC Cubana chief priest to settle out of court. Press freedom crucial to democracy. Good governance affirm editors. Hold National Assembly responsible for collapse of economy. Warring hoodlums raise market in Lagos. Police arrest 50. What stories do we have in this?
Okay, so the Minister of the FCT, Mr. Wike, he received the Consul General of Embassy of Hungary in Nigeria, Mr. Andre Derry, and they just talked about collaboration, between the two countries on agriculture as well as security. For the security conversation, it was Hungary says that they have really high tech, latest technology in drones, and this is something that they are willing to collaborate with the FCT on, to help security agenda. And our minister, the Minister for FCT, says that that's a big thing for Nigeria, and that's one of the first things, one of the most important things on the renewed hope agenda for this administration, and they've been working hard at it. And he will now talk to the necessary body on, the type of drones that we need to employ, but that also, if you can see, a lot of the insecurity issues within the FCT is much reduced because of, the work that they've been doing. And then he also referred to the fact that agriculturally, Hungary is doing so well, and they would like a partnership with the FCT, with Nigeria, where Nigeria can provide land and they can get their expertise. So that was just a conversation they had.
What other stories?
So today is actually World Press Freedom Day. Yes. Yes. And the Guild of Editors has reaffirmed that media freedom, freedom of expression and access to public information are crucial to democracy and must be the heart of Nigerian government's values and actions. They also stated that the federal government should take a cue from the European Union and other democracies around the world that have adopted similar laws to protect journalists and media houses against strategic lawsuits against public participation. They also said the NCE also urged the government at all levels, international organizations and civil society organizations to protect and promote press freedom to ensure that everybody in the world gets to know what's going on and not be scared to report, the realities of life.
That's amazing.
Okay, so I have
one final story.
Okay, so I have the story of Lagos GDP hits 41 trillion naira, ranked 7th in Africa in 4 years. The Lagos state government said its gross domestic product has risen from 27 trillion naira to 41 trillion within 4 years of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu administration. The Commissioner for Economic Planning and Budget, Mr. Ope George, disclosed this yesterday. He said before that they were not up to that amount, but now they're able to get to that amount. The challenges they had before, they had when COVID-19 The challenges are particularly when COVID-19 and NSAS struck. But now that they are happy that as we speak, I believe that we are currently ranked 7th in terms of GDP in Africa. We contribute at least a minimum of over 20% of Nigerians' GDP. And you will find that over a period of review during the first term of Mr. Governor, we are moving in the right direction. So they are aiming that they will keep going higher and higher. No, I wish other states will be able to generate
we'll get there
by the grace of
such
God.
amounts.
Hopefully is the word.
That's all we can take on the newspaper reviews. When we come back, we move on to our hot topic. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your view will be right back.
So, have you ever wondered what happens behind the curtains of a man's mind? Or perhaps you're one of those who wonder what men talk about when they gather. Well, here goes. Imagine what it takes to put together the perfect cocktail. Or maybe mocktail. We need a bit of sports, a sprinkling of current affairs, some very deep topical issues, and last but not the least, a healthy dose of grumbling of those we love to hate. And yes, you guessed it, women. So, if you catch the drift, then you're onto something. We will provide you with the right insights into most of your curiosities right here within this beautiful cocktail we call the Black Table. So, have you ever wondered what happens behind the curtains of a man's mind? Or perhaps you're one of those who wonder what men talk about when they gather. Well, here goes. Imagine what it takes to put together the perfect cocktail. Or maybe mocktail. We need a bit of sports, a sprinkling of current affairs,
Thanks for staying with us. So a story caught our attention on social media where a woman who, after 6 years of not being able to have a child, decided to adopt. She had a conversation with her husband and they explored adoption. And finally, they were able to adopt a pretty boy, only for her to get pregnant 2 months afterwards. And then she started regretting adopting the child. and she went ahead to complain that she gets upset anytime she sees her husband loving on this little boy. The boy is 3 years older than her own. God blessed her with, a twin, 2 boys. And anytime she sees the man doting on this first child, she feels bad, she feels terrible, and she's trying her best to return the boy because she knows she can never love him as her own. That story broke my heart, and we're going to be talking about it. You can join the conversation and call us on 081-076-41679 and 0902-416-3440, or you can tweet us at TVC Connect using the hashtag YourView on TVC. My thoughts are plenty on this issue because as far as I'm concerned, this borders on the selfishness of what we want and how we are able to use people and trash them when we are done. But before we go into my thoughts, I would like to hear the thoughts of the ladies. What came to your mind when you saw the story, Mary?
Yes, for me, a lot of things, but one is the fact that when people look for children, it's really not because they want a child. It's to fulfill all righteousness. Well, now I'm married, the next thing to come is a child. And so you hound and hound everybody until you get a child. And that's why you don't understand that adoption does not mean going to pick up a dress or a pair of shoes from the market, and then when it's out of trend or you don't feel like it anymore, you toss it. This is a human being. I know there's usually a process that that takes place before you're finally given a child. They check you mentally, emotionally, if you're ready, if you're truly willing. It's actually a process that takes a long time, I don't know how they did it. I don't know if it was a proper adoption process. Sometimes they put you through deliberate challenges to see if you're really willing, to take on a child. Because everybody knows that even your own biological child is hard to raise, and I talk less of another child that you're adopting. But when you adopt that child, when you go to adopt a child, it's with the understanding that it's my child. I just did not bring him out of my body. So to have that sort of response is really scary. And now I'm just thinking, for the sake of that child, what would be the best thing? Would it be to return that child back into the adoption home and therefore cause all sorts of trauma, or leave him with a mother that obviously does not love him anymore? And if the father really truly loves the son, I see how this may affect that marriage going forward. So I think she needs help. She needs to sit down and re-engineer her mindset that what she's doing is wrong, and she should learn to love him, maybe love him as a cousin to her children, and the father would yes.
But she took him as a child, so why would she love him as?
No. That's her first child, but she cannot bring herself to love him. So I'm saying, since you can't bring yourself to love him as your child, if you had a cousin in your home, there's still some sort of respect, some sort of decency that you treat that child with. Give him that. Let the father treat him like a son.
Civil,
and hopefully when he's old enough, he'll be able to find his feet and move away. But that's such a sad situation.
Honestly.
She said something, before I come to you, she said something that maybe she ran faster than God. Maybe she should have just waited. And I'm thinking, it's possible God opened your womb because you adopted the child.
Exactly, that's even what happens all the time.
Let me hear your thoughts.
Yes, so I think I'm really disappointed. She's not even fit, to me. She's not fit to be a mother. Because you being a mother to all, you don't have to birth a child before you be a mother. Do you understand? So you adopted this child. This child has nobody. He has known you for 2 years. He has been living with you for 3 years. And now you say you are okay because you now have your own kids. You're not saying you want to return him back. Return him back to who? Don't you have pity, no sympathy? Who is he going to go and stay with? He has known you as his mother. He has known your husband as his father all these years, and then you just want to return him. Are you thinking of how he's going to cope? He's going to fend? Nothing. You're just thinking of how you're just going to be okay now. And she was even saying something about let him not be in the future. Let him not come and be dragging property.
I'm feeling entitled.
Excuse me, is he not going to be a great person? She's just not fit to be a mother. I'm sorry to say. I agree
with you, Ramatu, on this one. Amaka?
I'm just...
Witchery really comes in different shapes.
Is this a witchery?
Witchery, yes. Because as far as I'm concerned, this one is a true definition of a witch. Because I don't understand how you're not even considering the mental state of this child, even as a child, how you're already treating a child. Did anybody force you to adopt this child? What is wrong with people? I don't even get it. This is so painful. But at least I'm happy that the husband is still showing love and care and concern to that child that is making her upset, right? There should be sanctions, like when you sign up to adopt a child, there should be sanctions in the contracts, right? Against abuse of any kind of form. Because as far as I'm concerned, this is abuse.
Already.
Already. Yeah. And you have the guts to even come out to say it, that you want to return the child, like it's a piece of cloth or shoe that you borrowed or you bought from department store. Are you something? What is wrong with people? Like she said, is this person fit to be a mother?
She's not fit to be one.
I said, what kind of people even raise their siblings' kids? People even raise people in the community. You don't have to birth a child to raise a child. This is so sad. It just shows the state of mind of this woman, aside from towards this child, who she is as a human being. The husband should even be worried to know the kind of woman he married. A woman that can behave this way towards a child. She's delusional. I'm very upset.
Towards her child, because it's not a child.
Yes,
that is your child that you have rejected. So, as I said earlier, is the mindset of the adoption. People don't understand adoption. They think it's a stopgap. Let me be managing this one so that people will not say, I don't have a child. Now I have something to show them. And that is why, it's because of that mindset, that is why you will look at this child after you've given birth to yours biologically and think, oh, this person will grow up and be entitled to things that are not meant. So what was your plan when you adopted this child?
In case I don't have now.
No, I'm saying, even when, with this child, even from what she said, even if she ended up not having children, she may not want him to be entitled to anything. You know, there are some people, in fact, there are real life stories, you know, of people who will bring in adopt children and use them almost like house helps.
Yes. That's what's going to happen.
So, you know, yes. So you're right about signing a contract, but you know something about raising someone and being in the same space with someone. Someone can abuse you emotionally. She may not even beat him or call him curse words, but she'll constantly show the difference between how she treats him and how she treats her own biological children. That child will be emotionally and mentally abused for life. So that's why I'm wondering, what will be better for this child? Would it be to just continue to live with her, or to take him back to the home and try and place him with another parent?
The solution, which we'll get to at the end. But let's talk about the right. You mentioned something very important, the right mindset. I also see this very wrong mindset in most of the things we do. You know, a lot of people finish school and the next thing is marriage. When they are not ready or prepared for it, they do not have the right mindset for marriage. Okay, once you get married, the next thing, people are watching your womb. They are checking, when are you getting pregnant? You never enter. Wait till now they wait for. You're not even concerned about the person in question. If she is ready to become a mother, we don't go through some of these, you know, mindset checks and trainings. And so we see life and we just double. And a few years back, you're looking back like, what did I get myself into? That also reminded me of a story where somebody was complaining of being a mother. I think people touched on it yesterday. That motherhood is tiring. Motherhood, I can't deal. I wish I did not do this. Because the right mindset was not there. How do we get people to wait till they are ready to do things as heavy as this? Whether it's marriage, whether it's birthing a child, whether it's adopting. There are a lot of people now who... I had a family friend who, for how many years, she couldn't get herself to adopt. It took her like over 15 years of marriage. When she finally adopted, the last time I had a conversation with her, she said, BC, I should have done this since. I have peace.
So nice.
Unfortunately, the boy is a spitting image of the husband. Wow. See, anytime I see this child, I'm like, hey, why didn't I take this decision since? But it took her a long time to get herself ready to take it. How do we help people get ready before they do some of these things and ignore the pressure they think people are putting on them? How?
You must be old enough.
Yeah, I think also it's the sensitization against the stigma against women that can't have kids, right? Because society, just like you said, maybe someone gets married, next thing you're hearing is, the thing never enter, what are people waiting for? I have some herbs I can give you that can help in case you understand?
Yeah.
So people now feel stigmatized. And I think I was telling Tope, when we were on the retreat, we were having a discussion, and I said something about that. I can't believe that in 2024 people still have the stigma, whether they had the normal birth or whether they went through the CS. That I have a friend that went through CS, and then she was hiding it and saying, shh, please, I don't want anybody to know that I went through CS. Everybody feels it's normal bed because my in-laws, they will kill me. I'm wondering, like, in this day,
2024,
like, are you kidding?
People opt for it.
What we should be talking about is that you survived, that you're healthy, your baby is healthy. So it's the stigma against things like this that most people would even go through, will adopt and say they did. Then she mentioned
surrogacy.
They did surrogacy. So I don't even understand all these lies and everything. When you adopt a child, when you have to go through surrogacy, whichever form, your child is your child.
Hey, love this child. Let's
Love
take this
this
call.
child.
Yemisi from Ife. Good morning, Yemisi.
Hello, good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, Yemisi.
Hello, good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. How are you doing today? Can barely hear you.
Great, and you?
Are you there?
Good morning, ladies of your view.
Good morning. Good morning.
I'm a first-time caller.
Welcome to the show.
I'm a first-time caller.
Welcome to the show.
Don't listen to the
It's
TV,
nice.
please.
It's nice looking up with you this morning.
Okay.
Don't listen to the TV. Just listen to the call. Oh, she's gone. She's gone. Yes, Amaka, you were saying.
Yes. So regardless of, if there should be more sensitization to make women own it. Like, this is my child, in whichever way or form. It is my child. It is my life. Because you notice something in the world, like what you project is how people respond to you or respond to your situation. If you become shy about a certain situation, people tend to attack. But when you tell them you can't do nothing, this is me, I'm living my best life, this is what I want, then they tend to fall in place.
They fall in line.
Yes, they fall in line, right? So I think the same should be had for situations like this for women. Because women go through a lot, from in-laws, from fear. Most times the husbands don't even help.
They don't support.
Do you understand? They don't support. So, but in this situation, nobody forced this woman because we can see that her husband was supportive.
He's even supportive.
That he's loving this child. So the issue is with her, and I think welfare should get involved before something gets out of hand.
If it's a Nigerian story, do we have the welfare system that would get
the people?
involved?
The people who give the child, of course, yeah.
And me personally, I don't think there's anything wrong in adoption. At any point in time when you get married, there's nothing wrong in you adopting a child. A child is meant to come into the family and make the family happier. It's coming to fill in a vacuum. So you brought him to fill in a vacuum. You should respect that, and at the same time shower love and attention to that child. She coming out now to come and say that she's not interested, she wants to return the child back to the... And before you adopt a child, I think all these adoption where you can go and adopt...
There's a long process.
It's a long process, and it takes a long time. They even go to the house to see how you live. They send people there.
Check your relationship.
To check your relationship,
spouse.
how you relate with your other kids. If you have other kids, or if you don't have, they'll sit with you. They will ask you. They ask serious questions, I know. And then why will you now come at the back and now say, I'm not interested in this child. I want to return the child back. I don't think there's anything wrong.
We'll have another caller, Kunle from
point.
Sasha. Good morning, Kunle.
Good morning. How are you guys?
Fine,
Thank
sir.
you.
All right. First call of the night.
Welcome to the show.
All right. What I just want to contribute to the issue is that the woman is an ungrateful person. Because if it can look back, before they get the daughter adopted or the boy adopted, they don't have any issue at them. But then, they have the adoption and everything was going on, and she has to continue. So she's a ungrateful woman being. Oh, I don't believe she's such a person that can. So that's it. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Kunle. You said she's an ungrateful person.
Yeah, she is. Yeah. She is an ungrateful person.
So, I know that, sometimes we like to blame stigma, and we like to blame the fact that people will talk. And me personally, I've come to realize that we pay attention too much to what people will say when the people have their own personal issues. Sometimes we assume that people are saying when they are not even saying. Everybody has their issues. Exactly. You wake up with your own problems, and it may come to your mind and you just say it in passing, but it's not like you're deeply invested in that. And so we suspend our lives and how we really want to live our lives because of how, the way she looked at, when I went to that party, she didn't even greet me well. The way she looked at me, this person may have just been beaten by the husband and she's just trying to, of course, and just trying to save face, and you are thinking it's about you. How do we open our hearts, especially in the 21st century, because I still feel that we are backward in a lot of ways. People are now having surrogacy conversations. I had surrogacy conversations with my husband a few months back, and he didn't accept it. He wanted another baby, and I'm like, let's do surrogacy. And he was like, no, I don't understand it. I say, I'm not carrying again. No, it's not my body you want to come and scatter at this stage of my life. My career is just speaking. I'm not going to scatter my body. But if we have a surrogate mother, I would bet that I would breastfeed the child, because maybe the child comes out, and once you've given birth, once a baby puts the mouth there, the milk will flow.
Even if you have not given birth.
Oh, really?
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Even if you've not given birth.
I've breastfed my cousin's baby sometime when she was not available. So I knew that, and I thought I would breastfeed, I would love this child and everything. He said, no, he's not. What would mommy say? What would daddy say? You understand? But we wanted another child. We just wanted to have another baby. So how do we begin to normalize this sort of conversations, and then people begin to own up to their own decisions? I want this, and I don't care about what society is saying. This is what I want. This will make me happy. How do we get to that level where we're not constantly looking back? This person will say this, that person will say they're laughing at me, they're talking about me. Who cares?
Exactly. So you can. The question would not be how do we get society. Society will not change for you. You have to build. Who are you? What do you want? And you need to understand that about yourself, who you are, and take decisions with your full chest, as we say here, and be ready to face the consequences, good or bad. You know, this is my decision. We have a culture of hypocrisy in our country, where you do one thing in the open, you do another thing, in the private, and so you're constantly watching out for what people will say or what people will not say. And this thing of what people will say, in the end, you're the only one saying it sometimes. Sometimes nobody is saying anything. You're the one saying it. Just face your front. As long as you're not doing anything that hurts someone else, you're not doing anything illegal, you're not a wicked person, just do what is right and do right by you. Conversations about surrogacy, about adoption, I feel that we've come a long way, actually. There used to be a time that was total taboo, but because of platforms like this, people coming out and telling their stories, it's better. Churches before used to be part of used to be part of this silence or fake advertising cultures, what I would say, where was surrogacy, was an adoption, it was IVF, but you come and you tell a story to look like someone just, had it normally. But now we have churches, you can come and say, I had a surrogate, I adopted, and it's celebrated in church. So that's what we need to continue to do. There's nothing wrong with surrogates, nothing wrong with adoption, or any form of, giving birth to a child. That CS thing that you talked about, I find it so ridiculous. Like, in that case, I just feel that you don't have any problem, but you have to look for a problem. Let me look for one problem, because things are too nice for me. I need to look for a problem and add, because it does not make sense.
Let's take this call. Princess from Ikorodu. Good morning, Princess.
Hello, good morning. Okay.
Good morning.
You just kept me waiting for long.
So
You're going to pay for my airtime.
No vex.
Hello, ladies.
Hi, Princess.
I'm Miriam.
Hi.
I want to go to the young woman. If any of you knows her very well, you should advise her not to take that step you want to take. If she really loves her twins, God sent, God used that child she adopted to bless her womb. To give her twins. You can imagine. She adopted a male child. God gave her 2 male children. So if she truly loves her twins, she shouldn't return that child to where she adopted him from. So that nothing will happen to her twins by God's grace.
Thank you.
Contribution.
Thank you, Princess. This is touching on another area.
So, but we know that Africans, we are quite spiritual when it comes to things like that. I think you sort of mentioned it earlier when you were saying sometimes take a child so that it opens your womb. I hear that, you know how I am with those kind of things. So so or it may not even be an adoption. You go and take your sister's child or a family, you know, pick a child and bring him to your home and raise him as yours, and then consequently, subsequently, children will start coming for you. So I think she was referring to that spiritual side where God has brought this as to open the way for you.
Yes.
So if you take this blessing, you shut the door and it would affect your... So spiritually too. So
let's take a short break. When we come back, we continue this conversation and probably find solutions to this young lady. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Welcome to Pure Entertainment. What would you like to order from our menu today? We have the regular.
So let me go and look for my jam results.
My 280 was 320. I suppose don't be one medical.
At this point, I contest my jam results.
I want to close the show.
I can go. I can.
That's all we can take. Ejeki, close the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, #1 unavailable by Davido featuring Wizkid.
We also have today's chef special.
Yo, shiny, yeah. Say recap done, and it's time for #1 on the countdown. One of Nigeria's hottest artists right now. His name is Rema, and this one is called Charm. Check it out.
For dessert and a bit of nightcap, we have the nighttime and online specials.
I want to start the gym, yeah? But do you know one thing that's actually keeping me back? You should start the gym, though. You're getting fat. Cricket.
She says she does pole dancing to empower women.
What's the difference?
There's a difference.
That's what I'm saying. So pole dancer, you're already almost naked. You're already almost naked.
No, it's the empowerment for me.
Sex can make a relationship better.
No.
Sex can never be overrated.
It is needed.
Especially when it's good sex too. Almost every guy has been with somebody's girlfriend.
But they are for all of us now.
That's why you're still single.
I would not agree or disagree with that because I don't want to get into trouble. I have a home to go to.
Your next question.
Thanks for staying with us. We're still having this conversation with a woman who wants to return her adopted child just because God has blessed her with her own boys. And I'm thinking in my head, what sort of solutions can we give bearing the child in mind? Because as far as I'm concerned, the child is the vulnerable person in this situation. The child is the helpless person in this situation. The woman is a full-blown adult who knew what she was doing, who used this child to get and fill that vacuum. And when the vacuum was now filled, she decided to discard the child. Now, what would be the best scenario for this child, knowing that she's coming from a place where she's already competing her two boys with the child? And we know how that, for those of us who came from polygamous homes, we know how that spirals down when there's this competition of this is my own and that is my own and this is not my own. And we know how these children are being brought up. What sort of solution do we think would help this boy have a semblance of a life somewhat?
Well, I think she needs help. I think she should go and seek maybe therapy or something. Somebody should really talk to her. And at the same time, the child, if she feels she really doesn't want to keep the child, I don't know, she needs to be talked to actually, because I know somebody who adopted a child some years back. The child became the pillar of that home, became the pillar of that home. The blessings that came to that home is second to none. He became the breadwinner. He was the one that took care of the father, the mother, up until they passed on and all. So that child could be a blessing. So I think she should go, sit down, think very hard, and also seek therapy. People talk to her and all, so that she can still keep the child. And she should be sympathetic, be a mother. Let that motherly this thing kick in.
So we have another caller, David from Lagos. Good morning, David.
Hello. Hello. Good morning. Can hear you.
Good morning, we can hear you.
Hello. 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 Hel
Yeah, good morning. I'm Daniel. I'm calling from the platform. Yeah, the case is really touching. I mean, so much of the people. I think my own view. First, I want to. There is anything that women have to do in a situation like this, in terms of penalizing whosoever something like what I'm now hearing concerning the woman. That is because the way I look at it, I stand to be corrected. It's possible that there will never be harmony in the very woman and the adopted child, and if the marriage has already begun to have issues. So I'm looking at it that if there's a way something can be done to that child, so the adopted child can go to a place where he will be safe. Because the way it is, I'm not even of the opinion of that woman to take the child to the teacher of my relatives, because with this kind of bad mindset, you can do anything.
Yeah.
And conclusively, sometimes I wonder what people mean by inheritance. What are you inheriting? What are you getting? Because he didn't know this would be alive to inherit things. Someone may say, God forbid. It's not about God forbid. He's talking about practical. How could she descend so low to this level? He adopted someone, and God blessed you with biological children. From the inception, that person was adopted. Legally, is your own biological child as well. So it's so painful. I feel pain, because I'm perceiving intuitively that even someone now here is that very woman. Thank you very much.
Thank you. You said a lot of things. I just
So for me, it would be that I hope that a conversation happens with the husband. Because the way she tells the story, I'm not sure the husband is aware of how she feels. And if he's not aware, he's likely to just, trust that she's loving all the children equally. And so that child may lose the protection that he needs from a father when being raised by a mother that's hostile. So there are situations of biological mothers also who will just pick a child and make that child the black sheep. And for some reason, they cannot connect with that child.
Even their own
biological child. So, but in such cases, maybe other family members are aware and you're able to protect that child. But that does not mean the child will not be traumatized by a mother that does not love him. But at least he's able to find some support from some sort of circle from, other family members. I hope that happens. Secondly, if it's such a hostile environment, now she may not be able to do it. It still depends on everyone in that family noticing how she behaves. They may have to look for a more accommodating household for that child, because it's not only about being a family is not just about being in a house with father, mother. It has to be a healthy environment, so a place that can make him thrive. Right. And if it means him leaving that house and leaving that woman, so be it. Yeah. But also, this is a conversation for adoption agencies. What are the sort of tests that you carry out before you allow a parent, a prospective parent, adopt a child? How long is the process? Do we allow? Is it okay if the person looks well, dresses well, has money? That should not be enough. So a lot of things. But of course, we know that there's no foolproof process with human beings.
Yes.
You see a person that talks normal, but the head is going.
And people change after some years.
It's something in the back.
Yeah, we have another caller, Sheyi from Kaduna. Good morning, Sheyi.
Good morning. Good morning to the ladies of your view. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah. Okay, please, concerning this topic, the woman has to be very careful. She's such an ungrateful fellow. That child is a sort of blessing in that home. People that know her, they should know her that she should love that child. Or else, if she is bent on traumatizing and frustrating that child, because it doesn't make sense. At this time, she should now return the child somewhere else. People should talk to her. She does have to love that child. Because God might just, if she's bent on traumatizing that child, nothing will happen to those things. God might decide to take her out of the picture. People that know her should please talk to her. She just has to love that child. That child must not suffer. Because that child is a source of blessing in that home.
Yes, I agree.
But if she's all bent God can just decide to take out of the picture. And someone else will now come and take care of that child and the other children.
You never know.
You do 3-0.
You should talk to her. She's dare not. She has to love that child. That's the only way. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Amaka.
They said you people should talk to them. Well, you people should talk to them.
Society, stop judging them.
What's the best
so my take here is, I don't believe that adoption agencies should just rely on just the checks and then give you a child and then walk away. You also owe a duty of responsibility to that child to come and check from regularly to see what's going on, if the child is okay. You know, you gave out the child as a baby. How about coming to talk to the child when the child can speak and can express him or herself to know exactly what's going on and how they are coping and fending in that home? You understand where I'm coming from? Because you gave the child out as a baby. The child should know that they maybe over time, maybe at least when they are 3, when they are 5, you know, you need to come and see. Are they going to school? Are they using them for child slavery or child, you know, is child molestation going on? They need to be able to continue, be hands-on with the parents and with that child. That's one. Then secondly, we need to learn to extend grace
to people.
I'm irritated at this woman, but I'm going to extend a bit of grace in terms of the fact that we don't know when she had her baby, whether she's suffering from postpartum depression. And nobody can say, even if she had the kids for a while, nobody can say how long you can suffer from postpartum depression. So let us extend that grace to her to see what exactly is going on with her, because from the conversation, when she adopted this child, she was okay with it. She loved the child. So she had her kids. So maybe something is going on some way, somehow, that we might not understand. So I think the welfare, the husband, the adoption home should get involved. The woman needs, the woman needs medical evaluation. They need to really understand if she's going through something and make sure that the child, the safety of the child, you know, is protected. And if perchance nothing is going on with this woman and it's just who she is as a human being, then that child needs to be taken away from that space, from that hostile environment, that space, because it's not, the child can't thrive in that kind of space.
I agree with you. I also understand that not every woman has the emotional capacity to raise children, but it's a conversation we're not ready to have in this part of the world. I've seen mothers who, even their own biological children, maltreat them. And they don't see anything wrong in it. I've seen mothers who lay curses on their own children. In fact, if this particular child is not doing it how I want it to be done, or is not following the path that I set out, I will curse you. And most of them are joker Christians. I've seen that. And that got me thinking for a bit. And I'm like, are you sure we are all actually supposed to be mothers? Should we be truthful to ourselves? And I see some people these days who say, I don't want to have a child. And I respect them for that, you know, for taking that stand, because they know what they can do and cannot do. It takes self-awareness to know that I can't deal with this. Let me just be by myself, manage my emotional trauma by myself, my emotional garbage, however, by myself. I don't want to bring another child into the space to come and experience this. And we call them selfish. They don't want to have a child. These people, they just want to gallivant and dress up and look fine and do whatever they want to do. But we really do not understand the sacrifice it takes for you to know who you are and stand by it without wanting to hurt other people. So let's have the proper conversation. Is everybody fit to be a mother? And this is aside adopting. Because for me, if you are fit to be a mother, whichever child is in front of you will experience your nurturing abilities. You will not be selective in which child experiences it. Let me give you another instance. I used to be a classroom teacher, right? There are some teachers that are nurturers. They take every child with love and care and pay attention to their emotional needs. They are the teachers that will spot that this child is now wee-weeing in class. This child is no longer eating. They spot it and then they have conversations with the parents. There are other teachers who, my business is come and teach you 2 + 2 and I walk away. I don't care about what's happening in your life. I don't care. In fact, if you don't dress well, I will sit in the staff room and gossip your parents. They are not looking after you. They are not taking care of you. And they are teachers as well. But we have realized that for you to be in that space and be effective, you need to be a nurturer. But not everybody can. And that is life. But can we be truthful to ourselves to know that I cannot.
Exactly. But see me, I will say this. She must love that child because she has already taken that child. You are saying that she doesn't have that emotional, but she has that emotional capacity to be able to take care of her own children.
For now.
But she does not have that emotional capacity to take care of that one she adopted. She must take care of the three.
She
has
to.
to.
Go ahead. Okay, so in nature, I mean, if you look at other animals, there are some animals that kill their own children. In fact,
Let me pause you so that I can hear everything. We have another caller from Ishaga. Good morning. So you give me your full.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. You're live. Oluwakemi.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Yeah. What I can only contribute is likely what other people said yesterday. But what I can only say is that there is no bastard child anywhere.
Nope.
Okay. It was the way you train your child. You can even train anyone. You understand? There is no bastard child. That's my only question. Even my own child and the other child anywhere, I can bet it to you that there is no bastard child anywhere. It was the way you train him or her, your child, whether your biological child, your adopted child, or anyone, your surrogate, anyone, the way you train them will now tell in the future whether they are bastard or not.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yes, I was just saying that in nature, we have different kinds of mothers. If you look across the animal kingdom, we show different characteristics. There are some animals that will have their, especially if you raise animals, you know that this particular chicken, anytime the child comes out, she steps on them, she kills them, you know. And then there's some you would take the eggs from another one and give. So if we understand that there are people, that we're all different kinds of people, then we'll maybe have a little bit of empathy for them and also learn to respect people when they tell you who they are.
Yes.
This is who I am, I cannot do it. I don't want to agree with you when you say that a person who cannot raise other people's children cannot raise theirs. There are different mothers. There are some people who, their husbands will bring in children from outside and they'll raise them with their children and you would never be able to tell the difference. There are some mothers that cannot. They are the best mothers to their own biological children, but they cannot bring themselves to be stepmothers. So we are different sorts of people, but we need to be honest with ourselves. So with this woman, if we were to sit with her, what sort of conversations happened before she went for the adoption? Was it something she wanted, or was it something that her husband insisted upon, or was it something she did because she felt society wanted her to do? So that's the mindset we need to look at. Then we need to also realize that she may have truly loved the child, and then when she got her biological children, she realized, I can't love this child that is not mine the same way. And that is why the adoption agencies have a lot of work to do. And as I say, it's not foolproof, because really you cannot tell what a person may turn out to do in another 5-10 years. But there are people who will tell you, you would hear stories of people who say, until my mom was on her dying bed, I didn't realize she was not my mom. But I just always felt she treated me differently. I didn't know why. Meanwhile, the story was that child was brought in as a small child, was raised. I know this is my mother, I love her, but there's just something that's always been there. We just never connected. I just found the papers to see that. So there are human beings like that. Mine is, if you know you're that sort of person, please do not bring a child into your home where you will, strangle the person's destiny. It's not fair and it's not right.
Honestly.
We have another caller, Lisa Okearu. Good morning, Lisa.
Good morning, how?
Good morning.
I love you, ladies.
Good morning.
My contribution is that I would suggest that this woman should return this child. Yes. She doesn't have mind of her own. And we don't know whether she's not even financially okay. We don't know the kind of pressure she's going through from her family, or from the husband, or through the husband's family. She doesn't have mind of her own. So let her just return this child and forget about it. That's my own contribution. God bless you.
Thank you. I agree with also returning the child, right? Because I know that you can still adopt children till like they are 12 or so. Yes. Now, if she returns the child at the age of 3, the child will still be able to adjust to another mother easily compared to when the child grows to like 10, 11 and maybe.
But there are no mothers just waiting to adopt children.
So they have. So let me give you small gist.
Okay.
Let me give you small gist. So I know that the adoption process in Nigeria is tough.
Is it?
Yes.
Yeah,
I have a friend who's been trying to adopt since.
Very tough.
You don't even, and that's why the illegal markets thrive.
That's what I was trying to say.
Yes, they thrive because the adoption process here is not smooth.
So in this case,
the hurdles you have to cross, and we don't even know if this was adopted
exactly.
Yes or not. The hurdles you have to cross. Sometimes people just give up. I have a friend. In fact, we even gisted yesterday, and she was like, she has given up. There's no need. She has a child
still
already.
waiting.
Yes, but she has been on this process to add another child. She said, well, I'm not even doing again. I've lost hope. In fact, I'm going. I'm done, you know, because, and the other lady too that, you know, adopted and was loving it after how many years? She's an elderly woman now. It took them years.
And
they
we
kept
see
going
why.
back and forth, and they were doing okay. They kept going back and forth before they finally did. It took them a long time. So I think they also need to make it more seamless and then follow up. So the work does not stop at the point of adoption. The work continues, like they do abroad. The work continues.
Does it?
Yes,
it continues. They're supposed to check regularly.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Anyway,
are you sure? Because are you
system.
sure? Because if you listen to adoption stories, children don't really know. Some parents are able to keep the identity of your biological parents away from you. I don't think it is normal that the adoption agencies follows you
to a certain age.
Yeah, it follows you through life.
No, not through life.
But somehow they don't want the children to know
because
that they're being
yes. So
adopted.
second, because you move. You know, the child may never be in contact with the adoption agency. Probably the adoption agency with the adoptive parents may have communication, but the child may never even be aware that happens. So I don't think it's a process that many parents will also want, where you're constantly in their face as they're trying to raise the child. So we're talking about this case because it's an anomaly. You know, you're hoping that these adopted children are loved and are being taken care of. And then to have an agency constantly in your face to check you. What the people that do that's abroad is the social services. And they do that even if it's your biological child or not. And they think a child is at risk. So we won't have that. But I think this conversation really brings to mind the thriving illegal adoption centers that we have in Nigeria. Because if they went through this long process, you know, it gives you the time to reflect and think, am I really ready for this? But if you had to go to that room where teenagers are allowed, you know, packed up in a room, are giving birth, they'll say, is it the boy or you want? Or girl, twins, carry one boy from here, carry one girl, carry. You know, that way you can decide, the way I got him is the way I can return him. It didn't cost me much, it didn't do anything. I take him so I can return him there.
We have another caller, AB from Ikorodu. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, you ladies.
Good morning.
Yeah, I'm happy to get through today. I'm a first-time caller. Yeah, concerning the discussion on ground, I think the people that gave this child to that woman, I think she should return the child. Because she should just return that child, because she will not love that child like her own child. If she can speak out and say such a thing, the Bible says, from abundance of the heart, the mouth speak. It's already running in her heart, it's already running in her mind. So I think she should return that child, so that child can be adopted by somebody else, and that child will be loved. Will be loved. Please, it's better. She should return that child. They should take that child from her. That's my own opinion, and I think that's the best opinion. They should take that child from her so that she can concentrate. Let her take care of her twins. Let her love her twins. Yes, I think that would be better. Thank you.
The child is still young. In a few months, the child will forget the other. No, for 3 years.
No, my brother. No, like my eldest brother. I can't remember. Have long-term memory. Yeah, my eldest brother and my sister. I can't remember, but they can remember.
Yeah,
my eldest brother can. It's some people, their brain is some people.
Exactly,
but after a while.
No, you don't know. Let me tell you why it may be hard. I lost my dad about that age. And there are things I remember when I tell my mom, she's in shock.
Whoa.
So maybe because when he passed, maybe that trauma made me hold on to such memory.
Exactly.
So that is possible. But it's still better to take a child away from that toxic environment. But you remember, we're not talking about a single mother. We're talking about a woman that is married. Does the husband want to return? Child.
That's another. But another thing you should put into perspective is the fact that some mothers wake up and walk away from their homes and walk away from their own children.
Yes.
They wake up, pack their bags, and leave 3-5 kids at home with the husband and move. And you don't get to see that woman again the next 15-20 years. Right?
Yeah.
So it's a decision that person has. And that husband, even though you're upset, or the in-laws, you're upset with that kind of woman, you should be grateful that she stood up and took a walk, because you don't know what she was trying to prevent. If she has stayed back, you don't even know the mental state or mental health of those kids growing up. So maybe she made a decision that I can't do this anymore. I'm tired. Something must have triggered her, and she took a walk. So in this kind of instance, this woman is now is telling you on time that she wants to check out of this relationship with the child. You need to listen. I need to respect that, regardless of anything.
I agree.
Do you understand? You can't force somebody to be in a marriage. You can't force somebody to be a mother. When people decide to check out, those selfish, please respect that.
But she would also respect the man who says, I know you don't want this relationship with the child. I want a relationship with the child. So she must respect that the father wants to be a father. If she does not, because if she's asking, if they put it on the table, it's like either me or the child, the husband has the right to choose the child.
Of course.
And tell her walk away and also leave my twins for me.
Exactly.
Because you're refusing. It's such a big issue.
Yes.
I think
I'm also worried,
I'm
also worried that she hasn't even started having this conversation with her husband.
Yes.
The innocent man
does
not be aware.
Yes.
And what can happen, because I know that women, a lot of us know how to pretend, is that she pretends to love this child when this guy is there, and then starts maltreating the boy when the father is not there. And unfortunately, in this part of the world, they look to us as the nurturers of the home. So most of the outside jobs will be done by the man. He may be away most of the time. He's the one that will come back late. He doesn't know what has gone on in his house from morning till night before he gets back. So a lot of us were
and the way we raise children, we can hide maltreatment under
they
won't say it.
Yes. And me, my own is that the fact that she even came out and said that the reason why she wants him out of her home is because he's going to inherit, he's going to come and fight.
How much do they have?
You
don't even know what this guy is going to become
far into the future.
That they are sharing septic tank. How much do they have?
That boy is going to be a billionaire tomorrow.
You don't know his destiny.
At least.
Let's take another call, I beg. Okay. We have the drama from Anthony.
What if they are billionaires?
How much? Hello, Ijoma, are you there?
Hello?
Hello, we can hear you. You're live.
If I can talk now?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, this is my first. Okay, this is my first time calling. Okay, I've always been. I've always watched the something. Okay, well, today, I'm so angry. Very, very angry.
Wow.
Yes, I'm angry because, like I've seen how you are talking about this. Okay, now, my own understanding, if you want to adopt it should be. In fact, for me, if I adopt a child, I'm supposed to love that child. Even if I have my own child, when I have this thing, I have to ask a question. I ask my husband, I say, is it that God does not see people's mind? Because if God sees people's mind, that woman she doesn't deserve those children. She doesn't supposed to have her own child because she's evil. I don't see why people can. In fact, for me, the first thing in life is to be kind before any other thing. How can you adopt a child and tomorrow you are telling people that you don't want that child again? So what do you want the child to do? To do what? I'm so angry. For me, she has to love that child. Because if she doesn't love that child, she doesn't know whether the children will live again. So let's try to be kind. We should be kind people. So that's my own
Thank you. Thank you. Let's take a few more messages as we wrap up.
Okay, I pray for God to speak to this woman because this thing she's about to do is definitely the devil speaking to her mind.
They don't blame devil.
Yeah, some people will never adopt no matter how long they have waited to have a child because they know they can't love another child like theirs.
Yeah.
Oladidi here says to want to send the boy away means there's no attachment between her and the baby.
She never had.
Benedicta says 3 years is enough to bond, especially with an innocent child. Deeply says she's supposed to know the person she is before taking a step to adopt. That means she's not self-aware. Moritala responded and said barrenness forced her.
And many people are not self-aware.
Yes,
Self-awareness is a step in maturity.
Yes.
Many people don't have.
Yeah. So, wrapping up the conversation, we're not judging her. It was just a message that came and we decided to exploit because, like you rightly said, many people are not self-aware. And many people have a lot of baggages and trauma that affects their decision. But in all, we must be attentive to other people's needs. It's not just about us. It's not just about what I feel and when I'm done, I can now push you aside because I've gotten what I want. It's not just about using people. It's about having empathy for people. It's about putting yourself in that shoe. Anything could have happened to her while she was birthing her twins and somebody had to adopt her own child. And if tomorrow the person gets tired and says, okay, these twins will come and be going, I've already gotten my own. In her grave, will she feel nice? We need to learn to have empathy for people. And I think she needs to have this conversation with her husband. First of all, they need to both be on the same page. And I also need the man to understand that if she really does not want to take care of this child, you will do the child a disservice by insisting the child stays, because it's the woman that actually runs the home. Whether we say it publicly or not, we know what goes on. We are in charge.
You may run the home, but you cannot take my child away from me. I'm the father of this child. I love my child.
You can be father and go to work, and I'll be mother after you've gone to work. No, I'm just saying.
Yes, and
the reality. The reality of the whole thing.
No, I'm saying that we're giving her to. We are forgetting that the man has rights over this child as well. Do you understand? It's because she's the one that told the story. What if a man comes up now and tells the story of how they adopted the child and now his wife says she wants to return the child? What should he do?
Please, can the man come and say his own? I'd like
to come and give us his own. So we can talk about. But this child, every child deserves love. Every child deserves to be taken care of, and we must do our bit as mothers to ensure that even children around us get a feel of our love and our care, and that's how the universe should work. That's all we can take on this segment. When we come back, we move on to yet another celebrity gossip. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have Made Kuti in the view. It's still 7 of 7, and we've been doing a whole lot of protesting. The only thing that remains is just to carry placard.
It's about 5 of 7, to be honest. Because, ask your question. I have so much to speak about once we finish.
We'll not give you the time because it's 7 of 7.
I will make the time now. He said he will not ask questions about science.
No.
About neuroplasticity.
And based on,
he asked a question that was subjective about high life, and he did not finalize his answer about a Kuti question where there are only 3 of us.
Editor, scratch this part out.
That could have possibly composed the music.
Editor, scratch this part out.
Stupidity is an act of ignorance.
Hey God, Made.
Was composed by which Kuti?
Femi Kuti.
Is that your final answer?
God, I'm Seun Kuti. No, wait, Femi Kuti.
You said
Femi Kuti. Wait.
You can't be allowed.
No, you've not asked me anything.
Everyone.
You've not asked me anything. So my final answer.
No. All I have to say is this show is really about drinking.
Yeah, that's the whole idea.
The questions don't matter.
That's the whole
Justice
idea.
is out the window.
We throw caution to
we
the
have
wind
no
right
morals here.
On the 7 of 7.
TVC Communications, Nigeria's leading independent broadcast company, has been officially designated as a great place to work. Over the past 3 years, we have transformed our workplace into one which is respectful, caring, rewarding, and provides great benefits to all our 500 employees. We thank our team for giving us the chance to show that partnership between employer and employee really works. TVC Communications, officially designated as a great place to work, and now the only broadcasting and media company, not just in Nigeria, but throughout continental Africa, to be fully certified. TVC Communications, a great Nigerian company, a great Nigerian place to work.
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw ether material slabbed, stroked and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move way in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be.
Ikechukwu Sunday Okonkwo, aka Cross. Now your intro without
Wow.
So there's a name that thing that's.
I'm just drinking because you say I should drink. There's no particular answer.
I think it's only that can be wicked.
What's the answer?
Subterfuge.
Eh?
Yeah. They claim you did, but you said it just happened. That
And it's called what again?
Subterfuge.
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 So you look me finish from head to toe. You look at a person who go know what to become hustle.
Thanks for staying with us. It's Celebrity Friday and we cannot let it go without Celebrity Gist. So joining us to help us dissect the gist between Davido and Wizkid, Techno Kiss Daniel, is our very own senior producer and presenter of our midday show, Splash on TVC, King OJ in the building.
Yes, your OJ is in the building.
OJ, welcome.
Good morning, ladies.
This is the first time I'm having you here.
Yes.
Let's do this.
Let's do it.
I've always wanted to come on the show, but it's great. Great being here.
Oh, wow.
Great being here.
So we're coming to gist your forte now. What is happening in the industry? What's going on with Wizkid, Davido? I hear they mentioned Techno. Somebody roped in Burna Boy and another Kiss Daniel. What's going on? Tell us from the genesis.
There's a whole lot, and it's drama that we live for, because we need to talk about things.
Yes,
they keep giving us the drama. I think there's a beginning, there's a beginning. I think
beginning.
No, we'll not leave here.
Because the audience needs to understand part of the beginning.
And we need context. Okay, try as much as you can.
Okay, let's see. Let me just start from everybody just woke up Monday morning and saw Wizkid, who once in a while just comes up and puts up stuff on social media and try to communicate, interact with his fans, which it did very early Monday morning. And as usual, it has become like a regular thing when Wizkid comes online like that. His fans always tend to ask him, when are you giving us new music? Drop new music. And Wizkid said, beg me.
Okay.
That's the kind of relationship Wizkid has with his fans, Wizkid FC. Beg me and say, Baba, drop music. He now shared a video, a vulnerable video of Davido, which made rounds last weekend, the weekend before, two weeks before, wearing strawberry pajamas, Davido kneeling and begging.
And that just took everybody off. Like, yo, this guy is your guy. Why are you using his vulnerable video to tell your fans to beg you to drop new music?
That
and
sounds
that
like
just
Wizkid is a troublemaker.
no, Wizkid is actually
a troublemaker,
a troll. If you like Wizkid back in the day, people now started saying probably he's now matured, talks once in a while, tweets once in a while. There was the Wizkid in the AKG drama. If you go on in the AKG drama, I think they settled that situation at the police.
Wow.
Yeah, they settled that.
I always saw him as a mature quiet guy.
Yeah, there was that Wizkid that was just, if you come for me, I give you. If you go on the AKG's blog, you will never see her talking about Wizkid. I think this was 2016, 2017, 2017. They took their matter to the police.
Yes.
So that's that Wizkid that doesn't talk. And before he started all of this conversation, he tweeted that, oh, there are many things I need to get off my chest.
Okay.
I don't want to say some things because that's the kind of person he is. So using that.
I've seen pictures, or they seem to be friends. I thought they were friends, or friendly at least.
So there's that break at every given opportunity. Yes, Davido lost a son. There was that bromance. Davido, Wizkid was checking up. Yeah, Wizkid pushed his project forward because of the situation in the industry. There was that regular checkup on each other. So that bromance came back again. December, we saw them at an event, hugging and playing. Wizkid even announced a joint tour, which everybody has been waiting for. Everybody has been craving for. Like, we want to see a joint tour because everybody's shouting Afrobeats to the world. Let's have this, our big artists, go together. And everybody was looking forward to it. Me, myself, I just said, this joint tour is not going to happen. And everybody was looking forward to all of this. I reckon that's where the relationship broke again. Was
it's like me and Busy's relationship.
We have not broke Jesus.
Earlier this year, Davido, Kiss Daniel dropped the song Twe, and it featured Davido.
Yes.
And low-key, everybody knows that this tag of the music will grow on you is more of a Wizkid thing. Because when Wizkid tends to drop music, people say, oh, the music will grow on you and it will now become a major hit. And Davido tweeted, we know they do, it will grow on you, yeah. That's as regards the promotion of his collaboration song with Kiss Daniel, which is Twe. I want to believe that that's where that relationship broke up again.
So now they don't look for trouble.
Kinda.
So now kinda. We look for trouble.
Because it's like a shot.
Yeah.
It's like a shot. Like, we know they do the music will grow on you. That's like a tag people tend to refer to Wizkid as. Wizkid's
well, Davido will say, did I call your name?
No, but everybody knows. Yeah.
There's something that they do in the music industry, and it's everywhere. We don't tend to call names, but you know who the shots is at. And that situation just changed, and that's why I just want to feel that's where the relationship broke. And he kept whatever conversation, kept it to himself till he said, beg me for new music, and shared that video of Davido kneeling and begging.
If that was in response to that, that was a good
That's a good response. That's a good clap back.
Like,
Wizkid, Daniel, how did he get?
Please don't say my Kiss Daniel. Don't say my Kiss Daniel. Our Kiss Daniel. Please. We're okay.
Me and Wizkid.
Oh, you're Wizkid FC. They say y'all are toxic, by the way. That y'all are in a toxic relationship with Wizkid, and I think Wizkid FCs, they love that tag like that.
Yeah, tell us how the other people.
Before Kiss Daniel Techno came into the conversation, there was the John Jazzy part. Yeah, Wizkid had talked about how he doesn't listen to rap in an interview.
Yeah,
he didn't say Nigerian rap. He didn't say anything. He just said, I don't listen to rap. Rap is boring. And Nigerian rappers felt that shot was at them. Then they now started going at him, releasing songs. And Wizkid said, y'all think I'm talking about you guys. You guys are broke. So rappers are feeling some type of way. That's why they say it doesn't. That's why they say it doesn't put up things at times. It just stays behind. And rappers have been attacking him one way or the other, dropping subliminals at Wizkid one way or the other. Then Ladipo,
who is that?
Ladipo, who is signed, is a rapper signed under Don Jazzy's record label. Ladipo now tweeted, right now Afrobeat is going through a phase. Top artists, Burna Boy said he doesn't want to associate with Afrobeat. Wizkid is saying he doesn't want to associate with Afrobeat.
So who do they want
the
to
genre that they do more than Afrobeat. They do R&B, they do pop. Don't put us under the umbrella.
Box.
Then Ladipo now tweeted, rap is back, something like that, not verbatim, rap is back, how are the Afrobeats guys doing? Then Wizkid fans again now brought that to his attention. What do you have to say about this guy, Ladipo, taking shots at you? And Wizkid said, I'm not chatting with somebody that is signed under an influencer.
Oh,
and
that one entered
Ladipo is signed under Maven Records, which is owned by Don Jazzy.
Okay, so
that's where
as much
Don
as I
Jazzy
love
got his own.
Wizkid, I respect Don Jazzy, and I think he's doing such a phenomenal job, you know, in our entertainment industry, in our music industry, and I think he deserves respect.
Yeah, most definitely.
But you know, the way you describe Wizkid, he's that sort of person to me that you take lots of shots at him, he says nothing, but the day he opens his mouth, the whole place will scatter. And then finally, are you sure these people don't do this deliberately to get us talking so that they can now release projects and then we're rushing up and down for it? Because I don't get it. So we hear more shots than music. What's happening?
A lot of people were thinking probably Davido and Wizkid wants to drop. But
I would like
there were some deleted tweets that Davido put up they were defamatory.
Okay.
They were defamatory. He ended up deleting them, and that is not something you use for if you want to clout. Yeah, I don't want to say it. He ended up saying people in domestic violence, 3 minutes of something, which is like looking like this is a shot at somebody.
Ask you a question.
Going private.
You know, this entertainment industry is something that we've been in, you know, back to back and all of that. And sometimes I feel like the fans are usually the cause of this issue.
True that. True.
I feel the fans pick their own and then put them on a pedestal and then start fighting everybody else who doesn't support them. So issues that we can have by ourselves and resolve by ourselves, the fans will blow it out of proportion, and then the fans get us to start fighting because they are the ones instigating. How do you think, and I know the artists don't care, right? Have their money, they don't care. Whether two of you want to hit your heads on my account, that's your business, I'm making my money and all of that. But how do we as fans learn to restrain ourselves so that we don't get in the middle of these fights and expand it more than what it is?
I don't think there's any need for that. It's good for the culture. It's good for the culture.
The fans enjoy it.
It gives conversation. It gives bragging rights. Like, oh, my guy does this better than your guy. My guy has the Billboard top 10 Billboard charts. My guy has a Grammy.
How is he my guy? Does he know me?
Oh, you are a fan. You love his music. It helps conversation. Oh, my guy is better than your guy. It's the same thing with football. Yeah, my club is better than your club. So it's kind of like good for the culture.
But how do
Okay, so I wanted to ask, like, because I know that Polo, the CEO of One Africa Global, he was saying that, guys, people should stop this, we are bigger than this and stuff. But then, because he was specifically talking about Techno and Kiss Daniel, but you've not really given us the gist about Kiss Daniel and Techno.
Okay, let's hear it.
Kiss Daniel and Techno, there was a reported interview where when I saw the write-up, I thought that's great of Kiss Daniel doing. The interview talked about, during an interview with Techno talked about how the royalty from their song, that's Kiss Daniel and Techno song Buga, that Kiss Daniel is paying Techno over almost $1 billion or so, and in royalties for the song, because that song is massive. I saw that post, I'm like, oh, that's even great. Without putting pen to paper, you're doing great. And Techno comes up like, that guy no get that kind of money. So I'm like, no, I thought you guys were cool. Or probably you just put up that statement and it will just die down.
It can't die down.
So I can take shots at my friend and say that guy no get money rich, and we'll just take it as a joke. Not in public. You feel it's insulting. So that's, that went thinking that, probably it's just regular friends jab. And when all of this drama started, then Kiss Daniel had to put his own. They are talking money. You are putting your own mouth. That's Kiss Daniel at Techno too.
So it feels like they used to hold in and wait
so
for
at
the
any
right
given
time.
opportunity, let's just go in. We're talking money, you're talking yourself. I gave you the biggest hits. I think that's not true, by the way, because Techno has major bangers even before Buga. So that's where
Back
Techno,
in the days, he's still singing.
Yeah, he is. He's still dropping projects. And he's a good songwriter and good producer too. Yeah, he dropped a project early last year, and I think that one felt Kiss Daniel, Techno felt a kind of way and gave him back. I hope you are happy now. Talk. There are things that I want to say. So I keep clamoring like, yo, okay, maybe you can keep it this week. This week, Wizkid has done his own. You can keep your own till next week. Let's have something to say in the Nigerian music industry.
This is
it's entertaining.
This is your industry. Yes, it's entertaining. But when we were growing up and enjoying music, there are a group of musicians that did not get into the pettiness of things.
It's a lie.
Just hold on. Don't let me just, they did the music, they had classics, we listened to them forever and ever, and they are respected. Then we had a group, mostly African American rappers. They were the ones that we saw doing this kind of back and forth, back and forth. Do you think we're just copying a culture because it's entertaining or it sells, or do you think Nigerian artists really, is it really how we are, or we're just copying a culture because we think it pushes music?
I want to believe that we are not doing it well. The artists in this modern generation that is even doing it well has to be Davido, because you're an artist. If somebody takes shots at you, the best way for you to reply the person is through your music. Davido has Femme. We all know who Femme was directed at.
I don't know who. Tell me, please.
Odogu, Burna Boy. And he said in the song, "Tell Odogu we like to party." Burna Boy has a song titled "Like to Party." That's his breakout song. And they called Burna Boy Odogu. He didn't call Burna Boy, but Femme, "Tell Odogu we like to party." Innuendos, double entendre. And the foreigners, they tend to pass whatever message through their music. Instead of, back in the day, there was no Twitter or social media that you try to solve people. They do it via music. And this has been going on for a while, long time. I remember me hearing about King Sunny Ade and Ebenezer Obey.
It's part of
going at each other with their music. Obesere, Pasuma going at each other with their music. So it's a normal thing. It will make you even sell your music well, because I want to hear what you are saying about that other person through your music. It works for the culture.
So what we're saying is that they need to channel this person
to the music instead of. So now we have social media.
I think they will drop something very soon.
That's why I say the person that does it well, having the conversation, putting all of those things in music, is probably Davido. The rest just let it slide and
so
just let it go.
He's in the fight.
So we might expect a song. When he drops a song, you might just get it there, the song. So
that's good. That's creative.
Yeah. So me, I'm a different
Jesus song I listen to.
Even the Jesus people used to fight. I was there before.
Yeah, that's the
I was there before. Yes, I was a gospel artist.
She was a gospel artist.
Yes, they fight. But they cannot, because you are calling Jesus' name, you cannot now put the sword inside the song.
No, you now refer to them as Satan, demon.
My sister. But I wanted to ask, I know that competition is how the world grows somehow, which I personally don't believe in it, but that's what we have met and that's what we go with. But I also feel that, is it possible that artists can do their thing and be on their own without necessarily allowing the fans' competitive remarks get to them? Because I feel like it gets to them where you place this artist in the same category and place this one and say, who sings better? Who does this better? Who does that better? And from there, even a beef that they had no intention will not start growing, because it seems these people are preferring this person to me and what I put in. They've tried to do it several times with Tiwa and Yemi Alade. Several times they pitch them against each other. But those ones,
but women now, we have head. Yes. They do that kind of thing.
No, there was a Sheishe and Tiwa Savage at
but there was no Yemi Alade. She's been on her own. So how do we get some artists to just be like Yemi Alade and feel, let me just focus on my music?
Sweet.
Help us,
it's not sweet that way.
Hey, you thrive on the controversy.
Because it's entertainment. We need something to talk about. Yes, we get it. Your music is great. You are doing numbers. We need side attraction for the bragging rights. Oh, you have been doing music for 10 years. You don't have any billboard. You don't have any billboard certification. My guy is better than your own. That's sweet for conversation. To make the other guy want to, yes, it's not supposed to be competitive, but I really want to win a Grammy. Because they're using the Grammy to shade me because I don't have, and that other guy I have. So it's good for the culture, kind of.
It's good for the entertainment, bloggers,
and why it's good in this part of the world. We don't take it to the streets. we don't take it to gun violence.
Yet.
Okay.
The new generation is not like us.
No, we'll not take
in this part.
So what Jesus? The new generation is not like us.
It can't get there. It can't get there. It can't get there.
Okay, let's hear.
Yeah, that rivalry.
No.
Can't get there.
Okay, so do you think that the fans also have a role to play when it comes to the mental health of yes, when it comes to the mental health of this artist, one. Secondly, stepping on their egos, you know, and that all these things will affect their self-esteem as human beings. Because you find out that that's why they'll say, oh, this person is wealthy and committed suicide, or this happened, that happened. Yeah. What do you think about this?
The fans are actually doing a lot. Low-key, I know every Nigerian artist will pray for a Wizkid fan base.
Oh, okay.
Because no matter whether Wizkid
sings or
quiet or not,
we're loyal.
Anytime he drops anything, they go in. So the fans also, one way or the other, have a say as regards mental health for the artists. Yes, they try.
The fans themselves have mental health issues.
They have, and we all know that, especially in Nigeria, people are going through a lot. You need to channel your energy to something else. Okay, I'm going through a lot. Who can I like trolls on social media?
Yeah.
Like, where can I target this my anger at? Oh, I'm a Wizkid FC. Be like say Davido never to get Billboard chatting song. Or even let's go in. Not knowing that whatever you are saying is affecting the other person. What you are just doing on your own is, I'm supporting my guy who I'm a fan of. Whatever he does, I don't care. I just know that this guy is better than you. So I will support him to tarnish or to spite the other person. So the fans have they have a role to play, but they don't care.
Okay, it's not about
so far what they are doing is to boost the ego of whoever they are supporting.
So music is not about music anymore. It's about trolling and pettiness and
so what they used to troll is still the music certification.
Okay.
Oh, you dropped a song in the UK.
It goes together.
You've not done so amount of units. You've been in the industry. You don't have a Grammy. You don't have this. So it's still that music trolling that they use.
Okay, but is there a way that, like footballers, like the way the fans for footballers, they make money from trolling, right? And betting. Is there a way? Please, I'm soliciting that can a company? I'm interested in that. Can a company come together to come up with a way or a game or a bet, something that artists, the entertainment industry fans can make money off from all this.
So they don't waste all their time.
They don't waste all their time and energy. You can channel it. Yeah, you can monetize it.
So Twitter is monetized now. So there are some things that you put up on Twitter. If you get mileage as regards what you put up, so you can get paid for. That's why people put up.
Okay, I have one last
Twitter
question.
now.
What do you think? We have the AMVCA for acting, movies. What do you think about a big local brand for our musicians, musical awards?
Yeah, we have the headies. We have the headies.
Is that the biggest?
Yeah, kind of, because they've stayed the years. Sound City Music Award comes and goes. So we have the headies who they've been doing this for more than 15 years. So
but our big names don't go for those awards. You don't see them at those.
Funny enough, all the so-called big names
got the headies.
One way or the other. That was the award they were looking up to. That if I can get the headies, I've made it in life. I've made it in the Nigerian music industry. So people get to a point that I don't pass this.
I just want us to have a Grammy level award platform.
We need to get there.
It's the headies.
Thank you so much.
Stop Kiss Daniel. They should leave Kiss Daniel.
Our Kiss Daniel.
They say it's up.
Nobody should throw flavor. Nobody should throw flavor.
See, flavor should call flavor. Wizkid,
flavor. Kiss Daniel.
And Kiss Daniel.
Nobody talked about Burna Boy. Wow.
Wow. I'm loyal to flavor.
Nobody talked about Portable.
Okay, he's not inside his gist now. His own gist is loaded.
Burna Boy, I love his mom.
Wow.
Thank you. Thank you, ladies. We not to like gist. See, they are crushing on these superstars. I'm going to report everybody to their husbands. People like gist. Thank you, Hoje, for joining us today. We had a fabulous time.
Thank you for
having me. We'll be bringing you from time to time with all these, our artists so that you can break it down. Yeah.
Thank you.
Just break it down. And that's all we can take on the show today. Your View Pigeon starts tomorrow. Don't miss it. We'll see you again on Monday. Bye-bye now.